Hey guys, all right, so we had a quick question in the group. I want to address it. Figured the best way to do it would be to give you a visual. All right, so this is you, you're brand new, and the question was, can you make money for only sponsoring one person? As you know, your first person and your second person are pass-up sales, or as we say, qualifying sales. So what that means, quite simply, is that for those two people, the 200 on the upfront and the 100 per month is simply passed up to your sponsor or to somebody in your upline. So this part of the commission for your first two sales goes away. But the question is, well, what if you only sponsored one person or even two people and you never did anything else ever again? How can you make money? And we actually have a gentleman in our team who only sponsored one person and then stopped, and for the last 3 months has been getting paid almost weekly from Neucopia, anywhere from $200 to $300 per month total, but it's paid weekly for only sponsoring one person. Here's how. So this is you, and you're happy because you only sponsored one person in this example, and this person goes out there and builds a huge team. And that means, they're qualified and they're sponsoring lots of people, personally. They're making lots of money on all their personal signups. Well, because you sponsored this person, you are going to get your 10% match. And this is all in the comp plan video that I did, by the way, but I'll just address this specifically here and how this is possible. Now, here's the thing. The 10% match is not on the full 200. The 10% match is on the 100 per month. Now, on each one of these people that this guy sponsors, he's getting the 200, but you get the 10% match on the 100, and you get the 10% match on the 100, the 100, the 100, the 100. So you get 10% on all these hundreds initially, so you don't even have to wait a full month. Meaning that, let's say this guy signs up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, and he's already qualified. And on this person's 5 people, he's going to get paid the 200 for all 5 of those. But out of that 200, you get the 10% match on the 100. And the reason why is because the 10% is paid on the Premier membership, not the basic. So out of these hundreds that he's getting for the Premier on those 5 people, you get the 10%, which would be 500, and you're getting 10%, which is $50. So in this simple example, this could even be in his first week, and you would actually get paid this $50 the first week. You don't have to wait a whole month for it. It would come right away. Now let's say this guy goes and his next week does this again. So this happened, let's say, in week 1, okay? This was week 1 right here. And he actually would have made 1,000 because he gets 200 for each of these, but you're getting the 10% match on the 500, so you just made $50 your first week from this guy's first week, rather, and you'll get paid that the very next week. You don't have to wait a whole month. So let's say in week 2, he goes out there and does the same thing, and he sponsors 5 more people. Now in those 5, again, he's getting 200 per person, which would be 1,000, but you're getting a 10% match off the 500, 10%. You get another $50 the second week. Again, paid weekly. Now here's what's cool, is this is residual. So as these 5 people pay again the next month, this guy who sponsored them is going to get 500 residually because he gets 100 per person. Well, you're getting the 10% match, which is another $50 for the week. And this continues to grow. So in the example in the comp plan where it says you could sponsor one person, never do anything ever again, and still make a lot of money, it is true. We have a gentleman, of course he's not making a fortune, but he is making approximately $200 to $300 per month. He is getting paid every week, and he only sponsored one person. So that's pretty badass if you ask me. And this would also apply, this 10% match, on your second person. So you could theoretically not even be qualified, and you could be earning several $100s a month in residual income, getting paid weekly on all this income, by the way, and you yourself not even be qualified, which is why I love this comp plan, because it just proves that your first 2 sales don't have to be, my point is you don't have to try to position your players, quote unquote players, you never know, but some people in these types of programs will try to put their first 2 people that they think won't do anything. And in this program, you don't ever have to worry about that because the long-term income off of those 2 people goes to you because you sponsored them. So it doesn't matter that they're your first 2 qualifying sales. So hopefully this helps. If you have any questions on this, please let me know. You guys rock. Talk soon. Bye.